Hey there, C-Sharpers. My name's Matthew. I'm the C-Sharp Artisan, and this is the third video in my series on human factors. And it's called, What a Dumb Idea. Now, I'm sure you'll all agree that we need good ideas. When we're developing and designing software, we need to come up with lots of ideas and alternatives. We need to brainstorm and pick the best ideas. So what I'm going to talk about now is a situation, a human factor situation that can happen, which will kill your idea pipeline faster than a cuttlefish can swallow a shrimp. So maybe you've had this scenario. You're sitting down to brainstorm, you're doing a design session, and you're asking your team, how should we solve this? And somebody will raise their hand and they will come out with a terrible idea. Now, it may not sound terrible at first, but you're the experienced programmer and you're listening to that and you're like, oh my gosh, that is never going to work. That person just really doesn't understand what's going on here. That is a terrible idea. So here's the mistake you can make, and the mistake I've made. The first thing is, sometimes I will wince. I won't control my facial expressions. And as this person is rolling out their terrible idea, I'll be like, and they'll see that. And sometimes I go even further and I'll open up my mouth and I'll say something like, yeah, that's not going to work. Or, I think there's better ways to handle it. And when you react in those ways, you are going to shut that person down. You are never going to get another suggestion from them, ever. And possibly even other people who are watching this interaction, they may clam up too. Because basically by reacting badly and squashing that idea before it is barely off somebody's lips, you kind of send the psychological message that ideas aren't really welcome. And this can be a serious problem. So what do? This is going to be a short video because it's really pretty simple. You have to train yourself to react positively to all ideas, even the bad ones. And this is a little bit like what we talked about in the A Complaint is a Gift video. When someone brings you a bug, even if it's really irritating and you don't have time for it and you just don't want to hear it, you still have to train yourself to say, thank you. So when somebody rolls out an idea during a brainstorming session, you have to train yourself to kind of go, well, that's really interesting. You have to acknowledge it, show interest, and for just a moment, even maybe fake it and pretend to think it's a good idea. And if you know that it's really not going to work, then you have to do a little maneuver, kind of like, wow, that's really interesting. I hadn't ever considered that. Let's jot it down and, put it on the list of things to analyze. And that way the person is validated. You don't have to have your brainstorming meeting kind of get derailed by all the time it's going to take to analyze it. And you can kind of circle back later and maybe diplomatically say, so I was thinking about this and, I think there are a few things that might make this challenging to implement. And that this other approach could be better. And that way you don't humiliate the person, you don't stop them from contributing in the future, but of course you also don't have to actually adopt their terrible idea. So again, this is just all about human factors and about understanding people's kind of sensitivities and insecurities and how people work. And that if you want them to contribute, if you want people to bring you bug reports, and if you want people to bring you ideas, you have to train yourself to say, thank you. I'm really glad you made this suggestion. Let's put it on the list and think about it. You have to react positively. So there you go. It might be a terrible idea, but it's still an opportunity for you to lead and lead your team towards the best ideas. Hey there, C-Sharp friends. Are you enjoying these videos and finding them helpful? I hope so. And if you are, please go ahead and like the video on YouTube If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and feel free to leave a comment. I would love to hear from you.